Hi Biology Concepts. Today we are going to be taking notes on learning targets 2 through 3. Learning target 2. I can define the term ecology and summarize the different levels of ecological organization in order. Learning target 3. I can compare and contrast biotic and abiotic factors and provide examples within a given ecosystem. So what exactly is ecology? Ecology is a subject in biology that focuses on the study of the relationships between organisms and their environment. Similar to this pyramid, there are 6 levels of organization within the study of ecology. Starting with the smallest level of ecology is species or organism. For example, in this picture, there is a single elk. What if we wanted to talk about multiple elk? That would be population. If we were talking about the elk and the other animals and plants in the same habitat, that would be a community. So a community is all of the living things in a small area. If we were to talk about the non-living things, that would be the ecosystem. So the ecosystem includes all of the living things and all of the non-living things in an area. Biome is a large area with similar climate. And last but not least is biosphere. Biosphere basically refers to the whole Earth. I always remember biosphere is the biggest because sphere means big circle. And so we're essentially talking about the entire Earth when we talk about biosphere. If we were to talk about the definitions for each of those, let's do that next. So we again mentioned that the first or smallest level of organization was species or organism. And this basically means that animals that are similar enough to mate and produce offspring, the smallest unit of ecological organization. Here you can see a single elephant, for example. So if we were to talk about multiple elephants, that would be a population of elephants. Many individuals of the same species that live in a specific geographic area at a given time. So there might be one population of elephants on a part of the savanna over here, and there might be a different population of elephants on a different part of the savanna. 2 different populations of elephants. If we were to talk about the elephants and the grass that they eat, or the lions that they share the savanna with, that would be community. All living organisms in a specific geographic area. What if we were to talk about the climate of the savanna? That would be ecosystem. Organisms interacting with the physical, non-living environment in a specific geographic area. This is a really cool image. It's a photo of a watering hole, and I think the photographer basically left his camera here for 24 hours to see all of the different animals that interact with this environment, which is this small watering hole in the middle of a savanna. Biome is a large area characterized by the climate and distinct organisms living in the area. So if you take a look at the colors here, you can see that we've been talking a little bit about the savanna, which is basically shaded in yellow. And there are multiple savannas all over the world. We've got savanna in Africa, savanna in the Middle East, and we've got, or I guess this is technically desert that I'm looking at. Sorry, let's take a look at this color here. Here we've got savanna in Africa. We've got it in parts of India and Asia, parts of Australia and South America. So savanna, there are multiple savannas all over the world, and they're all characterized by a period of dry climate and then a period of some rain. So that's one example. You can also see that there's rainforest, grassland, tundra, taiga, which is, when you think taiga, think like pine trees. So we have a bit of taiga, like at the very, very north end of Minnesota, for example. And last but not least is biosphere. Again, sphere, we're talking about circle, so the Earth, and this is the Earth's land, water, and hydrosphere, the largest unit of ecological organization. Interactions between living and non-living. In the levels of ecosystem, biome, and biosphere, we learn about the interactions between living things and their non-living environment. Ecosystems are influenced by both biotic and abiotic factors. Let's define what those are. A biotic factor is any living component that affects another organism or shapes the ecosystem. So biotic factors include organisms that are living, including bacteria, fungi, plants, and animals. Biotic factors also include relationships between animals, for example, competition or predator-prey. You also have feeding relationships, so what organisms eat other types of organisms. These are all examples of biotic factors, that prefix bio meaning life. If we were to add an A on front of biotic, it means not. So not living means abiotic. So abiotic is a non-living condition or thing that influences or affects an ecosystem and the organisms in it. This includes climate, soil, light, minerals, and air. These are all examples of abiotic factors. Let's do some practice. Is rain an example of biotic or abiotic? Hopefully you recognize that rain is not living, so it is an abiotic factor. Parasitism. Here we see a mosquito feeding on someone's blood. Well, both the mosquito and its prey are examples of living things. This is a relationship between these. So this is a biotic factor. Here we see two birds competing for food. Competition is an example of a biotic factor. We have living things interacting in a relationship with each other. And last but not least, soil nutrients. Are soil nutrients alive? They are not. And even though they influence living things, they themselves are not living. So soil nutrients are an example of abiotic factors. We have now concluded the notes. Please take a look at the summary questions and answer the summary questions based on the notes that you've written. Once you have finished writing your notes, you can then use your notes to take the corresponding Learning Target 2 through 3 quiz in the Schoology folder. If you have questions, make sure you send me a message. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.